All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Rich Off Creating podcast. We are back with another one. So I'm saying guaranteed banger, of course, like always, man.
Like always.
Let's just get right into it. Great things from this week.
I didn't even think about that before the episode, bro. Usually, ever since we started, I kind of think about it before.
This one caught you off guard.
Yeah.
Well, let me go ahead and say this before you say it. But the makeup campaign
That's
shoots.
crazy, bro.
Let me
As
go
soon as
ahead.
my mind say, yo, that's what I'm finna say, bro.
Let me go ahead and get that out though, because I ain't thinking nothing either. So
Nah, it's been a good month, bro. It's crazy. I always talk about money.
yeah,
I feel like every time I say a good thing, I be like, yo, it's
try
been a good
something
money
different. The
day.
people gonna think you.
Nah, that's all that's on my
money
mind, bro. What do you mean? Like,
Nah, facts.
Yeah, bro, it's been a good money week.
Yeah.
You know, that's very important, bro, especially coming off one of the slower seasons.
Yeah.
It's been a great money week, bro.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, we could just go straight into the topic.
We got housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
I don't know.
Well, the topic we're about to talk about, the makeup campaign, drops next week or this week, because we're gonna drop this episode next week.
We got some studio lighting videos coming next week.
Yeah, most definitely. We also just dropped a 2-minute lighting recipe for that hair campaign where we used 5 lights. So
Yeah, and
go
people
ahead and-
already been using it, so definitely tap
yeah,
into
yeah.
that.
Shout out to Stefano. He definitely slid with that look for sure in studio.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that wraps up housekeeping.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So like last time, here are the topics for this episode, just so you guys can know what's on the agenda. First things first, that makeup campaign.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm not gonna lie, that's one of my favorite ones so far, bro.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I think that's one I'm definitely proud of for sure.
One of our most creative ones.
Yeah, and I think we stepped outside of the box, challenged ourselves, and I mean we always challenge ourselves, but I know this was a challenge because I can even admit to being a little frustrated during the shoot.
Especially at the start.
Yeah, at the start for sure. You know, let me just run through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give too much, but all right. So the thought process behind this makeup campaign was I was like, okay, I saw the way the Valentine's Day spec work did, and I'm like, okay, it'll be good if we create spec work that coincides with when large brands would drop their campaigns too.
Yeah.
So, and even dropping them a little earlier in the season, so we could even pick up anybody who hasn't,
So the intention of this was like spring, summer.
spring, summer, exactly. So to get ahead of that and get that work out there, because it also doubles our inspo content does good too, but also of course shows brands that we can do that kind of work. So that was the thought process behind it. And of course, you guys are gonna see, everybody on YouTube is gonna see everything we're talking about. But this was the first image I saw on Pinterest, and I was like, okay, this was more of a Vogue editorial shoot, but I definitely see how we can take our signature floral, something that we're like very good at, and turn it into a nice spring makeup campaign with headshots. And it'll be super different from anything we've ever done. I don't think
Facts.
we've ever done
Nothing like this.
floral with headshots, and nothing I've ever seen really, because floral with headshots usually entails like a floral headpiece. See
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
and it's more cheesy.
Yeah,
There's more things that I wouldn't really like look at and be like, yo, that's our style.
exactly. So it was definitely unique. And then maybe like a week later, I saw this picture, and I was like, okay, let me just do both looks. So something crazy both are crazy with the lighting, but something more.
Who shot that? Was that Lizzie?
Yes,
It looks like Lindsay's. Right?
yeah, for sure, Lindsay Adler. So we decided to just do both looks. So put together this mood board. As you guys will see here, the mood board had everything from how we want the makeup to look, the general concept, the models, and the poses that we were going for. And we got Simi. Shout out to Simi. We got Simi to do the makeup. And what I remember telling Simi is kind of giving her free range, but using what we put in the mood board as like a general reference for how to
Yeah.
make up. Yeah. So nothing moody for the makeup, but we wanted something statement, and colorful and bright. That way,
So heavy eyeshadow situation.
exactly. So, she ended up going to Ulta and getting Juvia's Place Culture Palette, and I hope I'm not butchering this. And Juvia's Place Volume 2 and Volume 4 Blush. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Whatever.
bro.
So I'm saying, so she ended up copying that, because she also gave her input, from a makeup artist standpoint of what's gonna look good, based on the models, because we had a dark skin model, light skin, and a white model, just to represent everybody.
We are the world.
Yeah, around the world.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And yeah, the makeup came out fire. Bria was the first one that we had to shoot. And this is where things got tricky.
Yeah.
Cause I'm doing I think you stepped outside, but I'm doing the test shots with Bria. And as you can see, this is the floral setup that we made. We had it made the night before, so we was like, oh, we ready to go. They pull up.
But it just didn't look like that. Like how we gonna look?
It didn't look like that off rip. I'm gonna show the test shot, but she was way too far in the background. And the focus wasn't her anymore, but it was the floral, and it felt like it was blocking her.
You wanted to be a little bit more immersive.
Exactly. So a little bit of it behind her,
Some
and
in the
some
foreground
in front
and the
of
background.
her.
Yeah.
Exactly. So almost as if she's entrenched in this floral. Didn't work like that at first. Didn't work like that at second, third, or fourth.
I mean, we're really in there trying.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
we deconstructed everything.
Yeah, so we put it on this what would you call that, foam board?
I guess
construction
board, whatever.
Construction board, foam board, whatever you want to call it. But we ended up cutting it up and making it modular.
Yeah.
And then structuring all the floor around her while she's standing there.
Yeah.
And then we finally got it.
We even used like some plastic stands.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had to use some of our
Attach a
plastic
floor
light
to the plastic
stands.
stands.
Yeah, I'm gonna show the video of that too. Crazy. So that was a challenge, and again, I'll admit I got frustrated doing it, because I'm like, dang, like, so I'm saying, because that wasn't the challenge I expected. So I'm saying I didn't expect any challenge with that look. I only expected the challenge with the second look, only because the original plan was to mix constant light and the strobes.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So I anticipated a challenge there, which I'm already mentally prepared for. So when we messing with it, I'm like, bro, like, but yeah, I mean, thankfully we weren't in a rush.
So we blocked the whole day.
Yeah, we blocked the whole day. We weren't in a rush. The models weren't in any rush. The makeup artist wasn't in any rush. So we got a chance to figure it out. And this is how it came out. I guess we could talk about the lighting setup next. The lighting setup, I believe we had a gel at the top left corner of the frame.
Yeah.
And then we had a bare bulb. We had a bare bulb with a reflector cone at the bottom.
Create some type of gradient.
Yeah, exactly. So you suggested that because you wanted to create a very obvious gradient. So you have the color, coming from the top left corner, and then you have the white.
Yeah,
exactly, which was genius for sure. And then we had a strip with a grid directly above the subject and the floral, so it kind of served two purposes. It acted as a fill for the floral, which was crazy, and also created a nice hair and rim light for the model.
Yeah.
And then our key light was the aperture dome, right? Explore 600 in the aperture dome with the grid.
At first we had the umbrella, but it was kind of overexposing everything there. Yeah, taking away like the little details, and we didn't want it moody, but we still wanted each light to isolate and do its own thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and when using an umbrella, it kind of overpowers. Even at the lowest power, it still interrupts, I should say, every other light that's on the scene.
Yeah, and I think it created a little bit more of a flat look when we did the umbrella too.
Yeah, you wanted something more directional, so we just used the aperture dome.
Yeah, and then we feathered it all the way to the model's right.
Yeah.
And it came out really
for sure.
fire.
For sure.
And then what I like that we did, is that we changed the gel for each model based on their eyeshadow. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying, so Jamia had the yellow, Bria had the pink, and Donatoni had the blue.
The blue, yeah.
And all of them came out crazy. And we did video, and we jumped in our video. The video's
crazy.
Yeah, jumped in our video.
The video's crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. The video's crazy.
Jumped in our video.
It's a nice little touch.
Yeah. So here's a clip. Here's a couple clips of the video. So the lighting setup for the video, was our Aperture 300 and a softbox. Was there a grid on it? I don't remember.
Was there a grid on it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so because. I don't remember, but I don't think so.
Well, maybe there was because it didn't spill too much on the background because we had the gel pointing at the background.
We also had the subject of pretty decent away from the background. Yeah.
No, okay. There wasn't a grid on there. There wasn't a grid on there. And then we had just a Godox XL60 using the gels to, of course, pair the models with their appropriate color, the pink, the yellow, and the blue. And side note, it's so crazy because when we did the product shots the next day, we realized that, dang, we could have got a deeper saturation with the color if we would have just used a white paper instead of our white wall.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, because the white wall, as you see in the video, which is still clean. So I'm saying you can still see it, but it's a little faint because our white wall doesn't absorb that
the same way the seamless paper does. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was way better. But I love the product shots to me are like very, very solid.
The product shots. I don't know which I'm rocking with more, but
I just think everything as like a culmination, bro, is perfect. It just matches seamlessly. And again, bro, I keep talking about our range, but this definitely shows our range.
Nah, most definitely. Yeah. I think we really kind of, I don't even know the expression to use, but we hung our hat pretty high for this one. I feel like we really reached out of like, know, where we usually are.
Every year, bro, we're doing like better and better, bro. And it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, most definitely.
But we're doing like exponential jumps. Saying kind of batting outside of our range, like, but this is it.
Nah, most definitely. And I believe we talked about this in the episode, but I think it's the lack of fear of failing for us. You know what I'm saying? I think that allows us to be very ambitious.
Way more tenacious also, yeah.
Yeah, with our projects, for sure. Definitely.
We could take the L.
Yeah. We can take the L.
Because it's really whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. You just, we just go back to the drawing board and be like, damn, we should have did this or this. Yeah.
Because we were going to get something good, decent from the shoot regardless. You know what I'm saying? But this just superseded expectations.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And then here's the product shots that Wayne is talking about. We've never done anything like this. I don't even think we were capable of getting anything like this before now, honestly. Like,
but we really just kind of like took it step by step. And then one thing about this project that I appreciated more than anything else is the fact that we got to take our time.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you can get a lot done, bro, when you're just really just chilling.
Exactly. You're not there was no rush. There was nobody like immediately after at the studio. The product shots we did after everybody left the studio.
Yeah.
So the next day. But yeah, here's the product shot. This was a 5-light setup. For one little product. It's crazy. So what you do, you had 3 gels pointed at the background. A rim light for the product.
Yeah, but the rim light, we had like a orange gel. You use it like a CTO, but it was like a orange gel over the flash, and it was just blasting towards the product to create like a heavy sunset look.
And we put a 40-degree grid in the reflector cone to just consolidate that light.
And it created these perfect highlights, bro. These perfect like sunset type highlights on the product, bro.
Yeah,
on the flowers, everything.
Yeah, and
then we lit the product itself with a beauty dish.
Yeah, at first we had the umbrella, but again, it was too flat. So we just feathered and had it a little bit over the beauty dish.
Yeah.
And it came out crazy.
We can show them like straight out of camera too.
Yeah.
And then show them like the edit so they can get the essence of what's going on.
Exactly.
Bro.
And the video
what we be getting straight out of camera?
Crazy.
Fam, crazy. I be trying to tell people, bro.
Yeah.
I be trying to tell people, bro. If you do everything correctly, bro, you could do way less work when you're like retouching.
Bro, actually add this to the this or that.
Yeah.
Editing or, having everything perfect straight out of camera. But and we did the video too. The video was a 3-light setup as well. Rim light. Sorry, not as well. It was a 3-light setup. Mm-hmm. We had the rim light hitting the product, and we had, it was 4. Was it 4 light setup? Yeah, rim light hitting the product. We had a nan light with the red.
Oh yeah, because we mixed in
on the left side of the frame, and then an orange gel and an SL60 on the right side, and then our aperture 300.
And then we tried something with a little fan.
Ooh, with a little fan, and atmosphere. Yeah. So I'm saying. Different. Everything came out crazy. I wanted to ask, do you think, could you think of anything you would have done differently, or is this close to a perfect project for us?
I would have got more BTS, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I would have got more BTS because I'm realizing, bro, people enjoy more so seeing behind the scenes than the final product. I mean, as a creative, like, your objective is the final product.
Yeah, so you're super locked in during that shoot.
Yeah, and that's one thing that just overall we could do better.
Yeah,
across every shoot that we do is capturing like more BTS. But I think this was perfect, bro.
Yeah,
it's perfect for the level that we're at.
Yeah,
and it's perfect for what we intended it to be, bro.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm saying, I'm not gonna nitpick. Yeah, nitpick, bro. So I'm saying, because I learned so much during the shoot.
Yeah, and I actually agree 100%. That's why I even asked, because I was feeling like when I was looking at everything, like between the video and the pictures, I think this is the first carousel we're gonna have like 10 things in a carousel.
Yeah.
It just seems like the perfect project. So I'm saying, and it really like shows our growth.
People might I know people admire our work, right? Because I mean, we get the comments all the time of people saying like, "Wow," like, and people think like this is a zenith of like, a certain like group of people or a group like style of photography. But almost every project that we do, I can see something that I'm like, it could be done better. Like, maybe if we did this a little different. But this, I really think this is like all around just solid work, bro.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, just solid work.
Agreed, for sure.
Yeah, and it makes me excited to just do something else like this.
Nah, facts. I mean, and just to kind of touch on points we've made in earlier podcasts, just about spec work. So this was spec work geared towards what we want to do and plan to do in the future. Which is heavy campaign work, which is why we went overboard and really wanted to flex our muscle, for lack of better words, and our capabilities, showing our range from, high-end product shots, but also, shots with a model and also even a video in there. So just to drive home that point, of course, we're going to share with you, like, if we get booked from this work, and just to go ahead and like, proof of concept again.
Yeah.
Proof of concept again.
You want to talk about what your intention is for the work? Like what your game plan is, what you're going to do after we get
yeah, most definitely. Finish. So the game plan is to, once we have everything edited, we're going to consolidate everything and put it in a folder. And we've already went ahead and asked ChatGPT for the top beauty brands in America. And we're going to just reach out to them. Well, we're going to reach out to Juvia's Place, whose products we used. And, just explain to them, like, hey, this is what we did. We can do more work like this for your company on a more consistent basis. Let us know if you're interested. We also have a list of other companies that are, similar in the same industry that we also plan to, show this work and show them what we're capable of. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah, and I think that's an easy game plan. And it's like a case study because, of course, we're going to show or share the results of this type of venture. But I think this is easily replicated. You can pick any product that you think you would do a good job shooting.
Yeah.
Get a couple of people together and shoot the product, and then reach out to the brand owner and just let them know, like, hey, this is something I could do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's almost like a show and not tell. Yeah. I'm saying, because you could DM anybody and tell them, like, yeah, I think I could do this.
Yeah, but when you've already done it and they're like, okay.
They're in love with the work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way more compelling.
And even if they're not interested in shooting something for this season, next season you could be top of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think maybe what might deter people too, and that I'm thinking about it, is like if it's a brand of a certain level, a certain size. But I mean, these brands are using people just like you and I. Even
you ever seen some brands, bro, or seen some photographers who have shot with major brands?
Yeah,
these aren't people like 100,000, 400,000 followers.
Yeah, and not to say followers are everything or whatever, but it's just to show you that like, yo, you don't have to be this superstar on social media.
You just have to be good at what it is that you're presenting.
If you can do the work,
be what the brand is looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even bro, you mentioned to me from that podcast you listened to. Who lives up in Central Florida or Northern Florida, who's doing like $40,000 campaign shoots. You showed me his Instagram. I don't think he has
2,000 followers.
Yeah, I don't even think he has 2,000 followers. So,
but he does about $40,000 a month, bro, on for campaign work
for large brands. So it's just like, don't let that deter you for sure. We're not letting it deter us. We're reaching out to brands with 2 million, 3 million followers.
It don't matter.
It doesn't even matter.
It don't matter.
It doesn't even matter. If you are confident and have faith that you can deliver, it doesn't matter. They're gonna pay you if they like your work and you know what you're doing. They're gonna have that back for you.
I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, bro. You gotta go out there and like pitch your work, bro.
Exactly.
I'm saying I'm not gonna say nobody is knocking at your door, but it's gonna be like way less people that's knocking at your door then you can go out and reach.
Facts.
I'm saying.
Facts.
You just gotta be hungry and go get it, bro.
Exactly. So that's the game plan for this. Just an overall great project. Can't wait to share like, the lighting recipes with you guys. And just share the project itself for sure. Can't wait to, man, crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. We're gonna drop everything.
Most definitely.
You wanna talk about you wanna do this or that, or you wanna talk about like our biggest L's?
Let's do this or that.
This or that?
Yeah, first. Yeah. Okay.
All right, let me see, right? Because I got a couple, right? And I'm gonna let you answer, and I'm gonna just see like where your mind is at, right?
Okay.
Skill or equipment? What do you think is most important?
Skill.
Skill?
Yeah, and just a brief reason why. Look at what we've done with not even like, the craziest equipment. And I've seen even our homie Daniel do the crazy. He doesn't have any equipment. No offense to him, but he doesn't have any equipment. He does the craziest projects. You see his had be like, yo, he had this, and it's not just him and a camera. So I definitely say skill.
Yeah, I agree, especially now because a lot of brands are looking for this raw, like unfiltered type of work that's just highly creative. And a lot of people are connecting more to that type of work. So I think, skill is 100 times better than equipment right now.
Most definitely. And I will say, if you have the skill, you may not know how to use the equipment. If you don't have the skill, you may not know how to use the equipment.
Yeah, I mean, you can put
to its fullest potential.
You can put a red camera in front of a novice and they look at you like, what?
Like, what is this?
Yeah.
So I'm saying they don't know how to get that ideal shot. So skill.
What about niching down or shooting everything?
I'm gonna say niching down. I say niching down because I love the way that we've been able to consolidate our efforts and just consolidate like our resources into doing these big projects for maternity and campaign. It seems easier, especially for somebody like myself that can be a little all over the place mentally. It's easier for me to just focus on serving this type of person and this type of person. So
I think it matters at where you are in your journey. I think when you're first starting, you got to go out there and like take as many shots as possible. And then you can kind of like start to niche down. I saw somebody, or I heard somebody say something the other day I thought was really interesting. They said the worst thing you could do is start making money off something that you're not interested in. Because then you really start trapping yourself. Because of how like dependent we are on money, you start to trap yourself in doing this because of your dependency on money.
No, that ain't,
right?
That's real. Yeah.
So I think you got to go out there and do a lot of things first. And then even when you start getting paid for something, just kind of still play around with different things. Find something that you enjoy doing and then just kind of lock in
and lock in out. Okay,
I think the end goal is definitely locking in though.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, for sure. So it just depends on where you're in your journey.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. What do you think about giving free raw or unedited images, or not giving those as deliverables to the client?
I'd say giving them for sure. And not only because that's something that we do and I'm used to it, but it doesn't hurt. I feel like as long as you charge a price where you're comfortable, giving the client, because you took them anyway. So as long as you charge a price, you feel comfortable with giving that person all the, unedited images. And then especially in the world we live in today, okay, it's two sides to the coin, because the world we live in allows people to retouch their own pictures, AI, access to retouchers. But also, there's people who aren't privy to those things, who see these unedited images and, they want that perfect look. So they're still at the end of the day going to, pay you extra or get those retouched images, pay you extra for those retouched images that they see, because, they see how it is right now. They see the potential and they may want to, purchase more edits and so I think it's good that they see all the.
I agree. Even though I feel like I stay getting tried by people just dropping on it.
Yeah, no, we always get tried like that. Bro.
And I think that's like so wildly disrespectful. But I'm gonna let y'all live right now.
Nah, facts.
What do you think? Prime or zoom lenses?
I'm gonna say zoom lens. Because I shoot in studio. But of course, if you shoot outdoors, I understand why you would want that nice 85 1.4. So I'm saying, but because I shoot in studio, I'm gonna say zoom lens. Just because in studio you're shooting anywhere from, you could be shooting anything from headshots to a full body shoot. And then the blur of the background doesn't matter as much in studio.
I think I value versatility over anything.
Yeah.
So if I had to choose, I'm going to choose zoom lenses, just because I don't want to ever end up in a situation where I'm stuck.
Facts.
And then I have to take what I get. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Agree.
Yeah. All right. Flash or natural light?
Yeah, I'm going to have to say flash for sure. Just the ability to control my environment and control the lighting in my environment and control my shots and get that image that I have in my mind trumps all, to be honest. I hate to be relying on where the sun is, how hot, how it's beaming, overcast, and things like that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't want to just take what I get. I want to have the freedom of making everything deliberate about my photos.
Facts.
What about direct booking site or having an inquiry form?
Oh man. I know what we have, but I think I like inquiry form.
I think it depends on the service. Yeah. If I have like a high ticket service or a service that I highly specialize in that, people book me for, I would go for an inquiry form, just because I can qualify clients better.
Yeah.
And I can kind of, make sure these are people that I want to work with and they really want to work with me, and they match. But direct booking is good because for everything that's lower ticket, you could just get them in without, having to deal with communicating with every single client. Because if you can put your booking requirements and deliverables straightforward and it's easy, people can just book it right there.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm also thinking about the con to an inquiry form is if you don't have the infrastructure to reach out to all these leads that you're getting, it's possible that your bookings are gonna fall. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? At least with a direct booking site, you can get somebody in the door faster and easier. For
exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
To compound on that, then what about posted pricing or not?
Nah, posted pricing. Dang. To an extent.
I think you should be transparent with your pricing.
Yeah, you should have a starting at, for sure, for everything. If you don't have a direct flat out rate, you should at least have a starting at, because I will say from a consumer point of view, it can get very, it gets weird, right? Because there's some business owners who are sharkish, so they'll charge you based on if they perceive you have more money, they'll charge you more. And I don't like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The price of the service is the price of the service. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
I agree.
No, yeah, like you're saying, I think it should be some form of transparency. It should be a starting at price, if not a flat out rate.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about getting your shots straight out of camera or doing a lot of retouching or photo manipulation?
I'm going to say getting the best possible shot straight out of camera saves time, makes you it makes you much more flexible in post as well, because you may end up, okay, if you do something you know you can do in post, cool. But if you say, I'm going to try to do that in post, you kind of limit yourself and tie your hands.
That's true.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to do no foolishness. I'm not doing none of that. Don't ask me to put you in a different background, different scenery.
Yeah. I just don't ask see me, bro. Good. I don't see good of it, like the special edits. And not to knock anybody who does it, but it's just, to me, nothing beats having those items there and in person.
Yeah, so I'm saying, it helps me in my creative process if I can put everything together, like within set design, proper lighting, and making sure my models or subject have everything together. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go through all that, bro. I don't want to be like, figuring out how I'm going to add this or put you in Paris.
Exactly. And then think about, for photographers with ambitions of, stepping into video as well, think about how limiting that is if you can't do something.
Yeah, because now you're going to have to, do VFX?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, facts.
All right. Yeah, so that's the speed round. I think that's a pretty good amount of information. I will say this though, it sounds like we are pretty stubborn when it comes to a lot of things.
Yeah, nah, facts. That's all I hear. All I hear is stuck up.
Yeah, all I hear is
I ain't doing that. Outside. You want me to shoot outside?
Nah, I'm not gonna say. I think we just found our lane, bro. I just think that we found what is our thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what we're rocking with right now.
Yeah, and we're very comfortable with we're at a very comfortable point in our photography too. We know exactly who we are, what we're trying to achieve, and what we know how to, and what we don't know how to do.
And we're gonna press the gas on this lane until it's time to pivot. So
facts.
Yeah,
exactly.
I want to talk about our biggest L's though, bro. So I'm saying
biggest L's.
I think nobody has taken more L's
than us,
than we've taken. Bro.
Yeah,
it's something else we can't even talk about.
No,
it's something else the camera can't even
catch. Yeah, you can't even catch on cameras.
You might get a
hey.
You know what I'm saying? But what do you think is one of your most disgusting L's that you've taken so far, bro, in your career?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that permit situation when we first moved into this location.
Yeah.
I can't even. Maybe we give the whole story another time, story time. But just, when we had to get this spot in less than a week, and we had to make it ready for bookings in less than a week because we were being forced out of our old spot. And we did electrical, we built walls, we put in AC, we drilled holes in the roof, that, right? Mm-hmm. And one day, I'm here at the studio by myself, and this is when the back door was you could see from the back door inside the studio.
Yeah.
And I'm in Studio B, and I see somebody knock at the door, and I'm like, no, I'm not finna answer. Why you at the back door? And I just see her hold her badge up, and I was like, oh boy. So I knew it wasn't the police, but I know city officials have badges too, just to show that, prove that they're city officials. So I let her in. And, basically she's, thank God it was her because, she gave us a little bit of grace and, she's like, I can put a cease and desist, but I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of time to bring everything up to code and get it permitted because nothing we did, we went the proper channel. So the way you're supposed to go about building things out in your business is first and foremost, you want to check in with the city that of how to build these things within code, and make sure they are, they aren't safety hazards, and
hire a licensed contractor,
have him get an architect to draw up those plans, get the plans approved by the city, and then you do the work. But because we were young, we're novices to all of this, unfamiliar with any of this.
And we're pressed for time. We were getting kicked out of our last
pressed for time
spot.
and daring.
Yeah.
So I'm saying when we were younger, it may still seem like it now, but this is a definitely very refined attitude we have now. But back then,
we didn't even care. We'll do anything. It didn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter, bro. If you had told us that we couldn't, like, we had to get a studio on the roof, we would have built it on the roof, bro. It didn't even matter, bro.
Facts. So yeah, that's the proper way because of our circumstances. We actually had to do it the reverse, and we had to end up close. We closed for a total of 2 months because we literally could not do business in a building that wasn't up to code and didn't have the proper permit. So
and it cost us thousands of dollars in lost income and in having to pay different architects to draw the proper plans.
Exactly.
A coordinator to work with a system.
Adjustments to the vents.
It was a whole situation.
Yeah. So, I mean, even down to there's a certain air conditioning unit you can put in your building. It can't be a certain amount of years old. So, to anybody, I know all of us want to have our own studio. So, I say before you build out all these walls and everything, hang things from the ceiling, put it AC, just go ahead, proper route. I'm going to say it one more time.
Yeah, because that city inspector going to knock on your door.
Listen, check with the city. Check with the city, see the requirements, get your GC, have your GC get the architect, get your plans, bring it to the city and get it approved. All right? And then you do the work. That is the proper way. Yeah, don't even take no L we took. We spent, that was like a $40,000 L if I could put a number on it. Between $30,000 and $40,000 L. So
yeah, that was a steep L.
Please.
Yeah. Thank God we here.
Right?
Y'all see a smile, y'all just don't know.
A lot of missed pays and a lot of, to correct that, but thank God.
Yeah, you feel me? For sure, bro.
Yeah.
I think a big L that I can remember, bro, is shooting a wedding once before, bro, in all JPEGs. We rented a camera and because it was both of us on the wedding and the wedding needed video and photos. So we kind of said, okay, we're going to split it up. Typically when we shoot weddings, we'd switch okay, we'll alternate who's going to be first shooter, second shooter. But this time we're okay, one person is going to shoot and then the next person is just going to do video.
Yeah.
And bro, we rented a camera to do the photos, rented an R5.
Yeah. And I guess the same person we always rent from.
Yeah.
And we've never had the problem where the setting wasn't, set to put out.
Because who shoots for all JPEGs?
Exactly.
So you never think that's going to be the thing. I mean, when you're setting up your camera to your desired settings, bro, I guess that's something that you can't overlook. I don't know. Maybe some people are going to be like, yo, how'd you miss that?
Yeah. I think I don't even blame him more so. Shout out to Nixon, but because he rents his camera out, and I remember he had just got it back from somebody else. So I guess it would have, it's just the thought of who would change that. So he's not even expecting, but maybe what happened is the person reset the camera because they didn't know how to work it too much.
So now it's factory settings and it's straight JPEGs.
Exactly. So
that was an L, bro. That was a steep L. And you know why it was an L, right? Because if you have decent lighting during the wedding, you could get away with your JPEGs because maybe you don't need all that dynamic range in terms of adjusting exposures and colors. However, we shot an evening wedding, right? And a decision was made that because things ran over and it became evening while we were shooting, so we made a decision that okay, we were just gonna try to bump up our ISO a little bit and shoot a little bit underexposed because we have the range to bring up that exposure. However, obviously it's all JPEG. So when we bring in the exposure up now, it's all noise.
Is this range in the room with
us? It's all noise. And I call Sean. I'm like, yo, fam, bro.
You won't believe it.
You wouldn't even believe what just happened.
Fam. Bro. And it's crazy because it was very clean. The pictures we took were very, very clean. Yeah. Close-up shots of the bride, close-ups of the groom getting ready.
But we're talking about 100 images that couldn't even be used.
Yeah, the ones that we took at the ceremony that were super, super dark. Because I'm shooting and I'm just okay, as long as it's focused, I'm good. I'm straight because we just going bam 2 2s and bring that up.
But fam, what an L to take, bro. What an L to take. I mean, luckily we took enough pictures. We over delivered or we overshot. Mm-hmm. So we had enough deliverables for it to be a solid gallery. But bro, sweating.
Most definitely. And I mean, in a situation like this, it all worked out for us. But I think what we could do for people is kind of go over our thought process for solutions. Of course, the last solution you want as the photographer is refunding the client. So I remember one thing I told you, because we had to get rid of all these pictures, right? So we felt like, maybe the gallery would have been a little bit, skimp. I remember suggesting, okay, maybe we give her like 3 reels instead, that kind of captures the essence of the reception and the ceremony. That was one idea.
Another one was try to curate the gallery in a way that it was more visually pleasing. So it's more of a viewing experience rather than it just being a Rolodex of images that she's just looking at where she can nitpick like, oh, well, this
so
is it.
So we curated the best of the best. Yeah.
And then typically with a wedding, you don't retouch every single image that you send to the client. You do basic color corrections. And you may add a photo preset, a Lightroom preset or something.
But we gave her more high-end retouches.
We gave her a lot more high-end retouches so that she could have, so many images that are like crisp or pristine. Yeah. So you gotta think on your feet with stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. And thankfully it worked out. And the picture, there's nothing wrong with the pictures. For sure. All the pictures look good, still high quality.
The ones that were delivered at least.
Yeah, the ones that were delivered, the ones we were able to use. Yeah, that was an L.
Do you think about another big L? I know one, bro, is when we lost those damn SD cards. Bro.
Oh, yeah. Not we. You blame me. Hey. Not we. That wasn't a we moment. That was me. I ain't gonna lie.
This man's pockets is the Bermuda Triangle, bro.
Yeah, it's just so convenient. I swear, y'all, when I'm at the studio, bro, the easiest thing to do when I can't put something somewhere the right place is I'm going to put it back later, put it in my pocket. So I ended up taking home a memory card. We shot
a week worth of clients,
bro? A week worth of clients, right? And we hadn't had our process that we have now where we upload all the raw images, to a cloud. That way they're there forever, right after the shoot. And yeah. I just remember the only place I can't remember. I don't know where that memory card could have gone. Somebody stole it, dog.
Nah, bro.
Somebody stole it, fam.
Don't blame nobody.
All I did was stop at the gas station and I went home, bro. It wasn't at my house. It wasn't anywhere.
So we literally had to hit up all these clients and tell them
and offer a reshoot. I think a few went for the reshoot.
A few just wanted their money back.
Yeah, and then of course we paid for the makeup. We didn't make any money, but we saved a lot of face. Says a lot of face.
I mean, you gotta just save face, bro. At that point, because everybody's gonna take L's, and if you haven't taken an L like this, it's coming.
Yeah.
Everybody.
This isn't even like goat mouth, but the L is forward for sure.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying, you're gonna take the L, but whatever, bro. You just gotta think on your feet.
Think
again.
on your feet.
You know what I'm saying, if you can offer the reshoot, save face.
Save face. Whatever you do, you don't want to. The refund isn't your first option, but you also don't want to seem reluctant to give a refund because those people deserve their money back if you're not able to, deliver. But you don't want to lead with the refund. You want to lead with the pragmatic solutions that you still end up with, even if it ain't all, all your profit margin. At least
maybe you may be able to break even with production costs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
One thing I want to talk about, it's a kind of a switch of tones, but I think it's something that is very important. I want to talk about maybe a book recommendation. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Because I think everybody should be learning on their photography journey, not just when it comes to photography, but, just about personal development and business in general.
Agreed.
So what is a book? It could be a recent read or an old read that you could recommend to somebody that may help them on their journey right now in photography.
2 books come to mind, but I'll start with the first one. I'll just give the first one for right now. How to Win Friends and Influence People. I read that when we first just jumped into business in general, and those lessons in that book, those key points from that book, are something I still use to this day. And I like, it's obvious. Like when you hear me in general speak to people and I say something positive before I say the negative, like maybe Key will do a floral I don't like. I'll be like, well, yeah, Key, I like this, but I don't really like this. That book taught me that. Taught me how to have tact when talking to people. And not in a very manipulative way either, but just in a way that you don't rub people the wrong way, and people are more fond of you and people are, more warm to you. Because a lot of times it's not even what you say, but more so how you say it. So, yeah, that book for sure is my whole philosophy, like around dealing with people and customer service, and not even just in business, but just in life in general, came from that book. So that's a heavy recommend on my list.
You say you had 2.
Yeah, and then I'd say the Lean Startup, for sure. We've built our business around that concept of a lean startup. Just a brief synopsis, but definitely read it. It just shows you how to just get started and, have just a framework of your business and such a lean business. Lean in terms of, consider like fat, like the fat of the meat would be like other things you don't really need, like the fluff and things like that, but just make your business really lean. That way you're able to pivot very quickly, and your business is always ever changing, ever evolving, without spending too much or taking too many losses. So that's the whole principle we built our business on too. So those are the 2 books like I'd recommend anybody read.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. Definitely have to read the first one that you mentioned, though. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yeah, I've heard so many people speak about this book. You recommended it to me also. I just haven't gotten
a chance to read it. Yeah. What is a book or books you recommend?
I think one that I read we're in March.
Yeah.
So maybe the start of last month.
February.
Yeah, so I'm saying The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That was a good book. Yeah. Right? That was a good book. And it's more so for personal development, but it kind of, teach you how to overcome negative self-talk.
Yeah.
And that imposter syndrome that a lot of people deal with when you start to establish some level of success. You kind of start to think okay, am I really at this level where I can do this? Are you
deserving of it?
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of gave me perspective that you are your biggest critic, right? But you can also be your biggest motivator, right? And all of us go through this thing where we kind of we think about ourselves so critically, right? But you have to get past that, and you can't go around caring so much, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. You care about so many things, and there's so much weight on you that you don't ever get anything done.
Facts.
Right? But if you want to progress, you kind of have to zero in on the people that you care about, on the opinions that you care about, and forget everything else.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And then did you read that book because you felt like imposter syndrome was something you struggled with personally? Because I know.
Yeah.
I know, because I feel like it's kind of a little bit of both with us. Like, you have we definitely have the imposter syndrome. We don't, are we good enough for this and things like that. But there's also a side of us where we truly just do what we want because there isn't a lot of opinions we care about at the same time. We don't really.
So I think that part of the book, we kind of already had that attitude, where we didn't really care too much about everybody's opinion because we already established that was just noise.
Yeah.
Right. But definitely when it comes to negative self-talk and imposter syndrome, that's something that I was suffering with heavily.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned
last
it
year
to me.
and then the top of this year. Yeah, bro, because a lot of things were happening so easy, right? And to me, it was just well, am I even doing it right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm saying, and a lot of things when we got these bigger projects or things that were a little bit more important, I started thinking can I even do this? Right? Because maybe I've done it in the past, but what is it on accident? Did it just happen? Right? So I'm saying,
dang, I think I don't believe in like, too much of higher powers and things, but it's crazy that we're talking about this right now, because I actually even felt overwhelmed yesterday. Today's Tuesday. Yesterday, even thinking about something like this for the hair campaign we have like coming up, and I'm like, yo, this person is. Are we like that? Like, she's on the phone raving about like, how great our work is and everything. And I'm like, oh dang, like, is it like, do people really like the work, or like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so it's crazy that we're even talking about that. But obviously, like, they book us, so like they really like the work.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta get it out your own mind, bro. Yeah. You gotta get out your own mind when it comes to stuff like that, bro. You feel me? I mean, you produce the work. You gotta approach things with a certain level of like confidence, bro. Yeah. So I'm saying, even if it seems audacious, and it seems like you're crazy, you still gotta just approach it like, yo, bro, whatever.
Exactly.
You know I'm capable.
That's facts.
You feel me?
That's
and
facts.
Another book that we read, I don't even remember what year we read it, but we were in business at the time. It's Leaders Eat Last, and I think it's a great read for people who are entering the stage where they start to employ people. They start to have a team around their work. I think it's good to read this book when it comes to fostering a culture in your business and how to approach being an employer, right? Because a lot of us, we get to the stage of becoming employers prematurely before we even know like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? You just reach a point in your business. Yeah, you don't prepare yourself, right? And we take a lot of L's. We took a lot of L's. Right, because we went through several employees before we even realized that we have to create a culture for the business.
Yeah.
And then we had to take certain steps when it comes to our personal point of view when it comes to our business. But definitely those are two strong reads that I would recommend. Every book that we mentioned thus far, I think it's something that a lot of people would benefit from.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, Leaders Eat Last truly, I mean, just the statement alone describes like, just generally what the book was talking about.
Yeah, and I'm in the military, and that's one thing that's like an unspoken rule in the military or in the army. I don't know if it's across all branches, is that when you go to any situation, whether you're in the field or you're at the DFAC, which is where we eat, leaders are in the back of the line.
Yeah, your
soldiers are always before you, right? And I think that's an attitude that you gotta have as an employer, is that you always have to think about, the mission is accomplished by the people that you put in place to accomplish the mission, right? And if it's your business, like things happen by the people that you put in place for it to happen. So you got to treat these people with a certain level of respect and understand that even though that you're standing at the head of the business, that each individual is very important.
Exactly.
So I'm saying? Yeah. So I definitely think it's a good read.
That's facts. Yeah, for sure. I gotta read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck though.
Yeah, bro. So I'm saying it's a good read, bro. It's a good read, and I saw a lot of people post it, and it just decided to like, just go read, bro.
Makes sense. I thought it was about something completely different. You gave me the synopsis. I had never even looked it up because I guess when I was like, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Okay, I don't know.
You thought it was about like going through the world with like this nonchalant attitude.
Yeah, but obviously it's deeper than that. So I appreciate you. So I'm saying sharing that. Most definitely. That's a wrap for episode 7. We did housekeeping already, so the typical, but we mean it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Rate and review. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support.
Continue to shoot us those DMs, bro. Like,
most definitely.
Anybody who's watching, so I'm saying anybody who's watching, if you have questions or you just want to leave a kind word or any criticism, it doesn't matter, bro. Most definitely. Reach out, let us know what's up.
Say less. See y'all in episode 8.